Hello, Dr. Kevin Connors here, and got a little discussion today on low testosterone and different natural ways that you can address this with you or a loved one. What is low T? Well, there's a lot of information out there right now because there is an FDA-approved synthetic testosterone, and they are pushing it big time on television. Could your problem be low T? All of a sudden they have a drug for something, and everybody's got a new disease, right? Well, it is true that you can have low testosterone levels, so we don't want to just ignore this as another drug fad trying to get you on another medication. Symptoms of fatigue for men as they get older, erectile dysfunction, reduced sex drive, reduced general vitality in life, increased weight gain, can all be symptoms of low T. So we don't want to just ignore it, and we want to look at it from a more natural perspective. Testosterone influences a lot of parts of our body, so it's something we want to look at. So there's different tests that we can do. In our office, I like to run labs on hormones. So this test right here from ZRT Lab is actually available in our store that you can purchase and run. It's very easy. It's called a blood spot test. So it actually comes with little finger prickers, and you put it on those little round circles, your drops of blood, send it back in, and we get a really nice reading of testosterone levels. It's relatively inexpensive, and it's a good way to check if low T is an issue. If it is an issue, then we need to look at things on this presentation. So if my issue is a low testosterone level, there's some possible solutions. One is to go to your medical doctor and get the synthetic testosterone. So androgel is one of those synthetic testosterones that they're pushing very heavily on television right now. It's something I would not ever suggest. So just so you know, using synthetic hormones can be huge problems. So there's just a lot of possible side effects with synthetic testosterone that it's just not worth going down that road, especially when there's so many natural alternatives. Number one, we could use bioidentical testosterone. So that's a great possible substitute. Now that's the second choice that I would choose. I'll tell you the first choice in just a second, but bioidentical hormones is fantastic. So using bioidentical hormones for the right reason can be a lifesaver for so many people, men and women. So bioidentical testosterone is available. So we use that in our office. But I always start with this, natural stimulants. So on the list here, I'm not going to read all these, but there's a lot of natural stimulants out there that are just so good at just help balancing your hormones. Because many times, low testosterone is a function of a brain issue. So my hypothalamus gland in my brain, part of my brain, stimulates my pituitary, which then stimulates so many other hormone functions, and one is the release of testosterone. So I can have, because of increased stress, because of just so many frontal lobe issues, anxiety, ADD issues can affect my testosterone output, because that affects my hypothalamus, my hippocampus, and my pituitary then output. That's why on this list, if you look down this list, cordyceps and ashwagandha are so good at balancing testosterone levels, because they basically help balance that pituitary link. So that's where I like to start whenever we're dealing with any hormone imbalances, is to look at the brain, calm the brain, decrease that support the hypothalamus pituitary link, and that's a great place to start. Some of the products that I like are this Designs for Health Libido Stibbe and this Libido Stibbe M and F. It's for male and female. However, I use the Libido Stibbe F in a lot of men. It tests out really well for them. It has deer antler in it as well, which can be really help with stamina and issues too. So, but the Libido Stibbe M has just a multitude of different herbal and nutrients that just help bring up testosterone levels. And not just testosterone, just help balance hormone levels in men and women. Just great, good, natural stimulants. Um, Also, you got to look at natural lifestyle changes. I mean, dietary components, even something like a gluten sensitivity can decrease a person's testosterone level because it fires to the frontal lobe. So a gluten sensitivity can have a gluteomorphine effect on the brain to those receptor sites and can decrease frontal lobe communication to the hypothalamus. So diet is a huge important, not just weight loss, but looking at leaky gut issues, etc. Exercise is really important for testosterone levels. So many times as people get elderly, like me, we fail to exercise the way we should, and also not getting enough sleep. So listen to my brain drain series about sleep and how important it is to help clear inflammation out of your brain. But sleep, weight loss, exercise level, different dietary changes are really important. There's just some different foods that you can add to your diet too. Pumpkin seeds are really good. Eggs, walnuts, chia seeds, garlic, and different beans can help increase testosterone levels. They all have good nutrients in it that are precursors for testosterone. So my suggestion with somebody with low T is, number one, if you're watching the television commercials and that's something that you think that you might have. I know especially with ED it can be a huge issue. Should I just go on some ED medication, or do I have? You want to always dig to why do you have that. So get your testosterone levels checked. That's a great place to start. If that's not the issue at all, then you want to keep digging to ask the question why. So those stimulators, that libido stim, M and F, are good even if a person doesn't have low testosterone levels. So there's other good nutrients in there, and having a good diet is super important. But this gives you just a brief idea. Always start with the natural stimulants. Next step would be the bioidenticals. I would never go to the synthetic hormones. So just your information. All right, Dr. Connors, hope this was helpful.